I don't think it ever occurred to us that 3 years later we'd still be here, still campaigning. I actually spoke to Nazanin this morning and was able to tell her about the things we're doing to mark the anniversary. On Sunday we were delivering flowers to the Iranian embassy to mark Mother's Day. Today we'll be signing that card and hanging messages off a tree in our local park. And being able to tell her about the things that we were doing, the fact that all these people are caring, and we've had lots of messages today, really good for keeping her spirits up. But I mean, yeah, she still remains stuck in a prison cell, unfairly held for no good reason, and that has its downsides as well.
And now last week you spoke to a British publication about a difficult decision that you'd taken to bring your daughter Gabriella back to the UK to start school. She's now 4 years old. How difficult was that decision for you and Nazanin to make?
Yeah, and in truth, not quite finalised that decision. So that's right, Gabriella is getting bigger, and obviously in my mind's eye, she's a small little baby, but now she's 4.5 and she needs to go to school. And it's been something that we've been talking about to what we do with Gabriella, and as school was a sort of a natural land point. But it's been very tough for Nazanin, principally because, you know, we'd always been campaigning to bring them both home together. We are still today campaigning to bring them both home together. But if it doesn't work and we just have to bring back Gabriella on her own, for Nazanin it's tough, partly because it feels essentially like, you know, we're giving up hope a bit on her, and also because day to day it's what she lives for, seeing Gabriella. So to have that taken away will be tough for her.
And what about for you, because you've not seen Gabriella as much as you would have done had she been in the UK these last years?
Yeah, so that's right. So I mean, you're absolutely right. I haven't seen Gabriella for 3 years, so there's you know, a need to rebuild a relationship. We need to be stopping, you know, a rusty parent, yeah, it will be lovely to see her, and hopefully it'll be okay for Nazanin if it's not both of them together.
Now, we've spoken several times over the last year. Do you feel today that you have any better sense of clarity, perhaps any sense more of a breakthrough from last time that we spoke in terms of the way forward?
Well, I think so last month, Jeremy Hunt, who's the British Foreign Secretary, granted Nazanin diplomatic protection, which is a legal status, which essentially means that her case is now a dispute between Iran and the UK. And we're basically waiting to see how Iran responds. So that's been quite a big step, and obviously we're hopeful that that will lead to something positive. It might not, and it might also, it feels, because it's quite unusual, it feels that almost both governments are waiting to see what happens. So it might be that we need to prod again, it might be that we get a positive resolution, and it might be things get more negative. So I'm not exactly sure what the next steps are, but we're obviously, you know, scanning very closely to see what happens.